hard and challenging questions are good because they make me think. So, can you repeat that? Sorry.
So, what success or opportunities have you gained by being in the U.S. in which you would not have gotten if born in the Philippines?
I definitely think education would be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how the educational system really goes in the Philippines, and I guess like technology-wise, we have abundant resources such as laptops and I don't know. Hold on, this is really a good question. Hold on, let me see the question again. How different? What successes have you gained by being in the U.S.? Yeah, I think in the long run, I would say academic or opportunities for academic and career successes. Um, just for the fact that I was able to learn a lot about who I was here as a Filipino American through Asian American Studies, through the College of Ethnic Studies, and I was able to, with the experiences that I've had through the past, um, opening myself up to this Filipino culture. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Well, I know for a fact that I'd still know about these cultures growing up in the Philippines, but yeah, all I can think of is academic and like future career.
Since you say you've been to the Philippines before, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you see is different from the Philippines between the U.S.? Like, what are the differences since you've been here before, right? You've experienced the Philippine overall.
Yeah.
How can you like differentiate the difference between the Philippines and the U.S.?
There's definitely, I mean, the atmosphere. It's so, what's the word? It's so humid in the Philippines compared to here. I remember it was almost like a culture shock. Keep in mind, I was in third grade. I mean, third grade wasn't the first time, but it was the most recent and the most memorable. So that's where I'm going to be comparing it to. I remember it was a culture shock when I had to take a shower and all I had was a barrel of cold water and a bucket and soap. While over here we have the luxury of an actual hot shower, right? Controlling, like, being able to control the temperature, like I was like, what? Like, this is so cold right now. I remember like waking up at the Philippines and hearing, like the whole is a dessert in the Philippines that's only, this man comes, with a pole and two buckets of deliciousness, and we don't have that here, I remember Christmas in the Philippines was so like not saying it's not joyful here, but it's such a different experience, when there's carolers and I feel like they celebrate Christmas for like 2 or 3 months, I feel like the neighborhood has this togetherness. I've learned that it's this idea of kapwa, which is togetherness, community. This neighborhood was just so everyone knew each other. But over here, I barely know the neighbor I live next to now. I remember like all the kids from all the houses always went to, for some reason, my dad's house in the Philippines, and they were always open to, or my dad's family in the Philippines always welcomed them with open arms and a table of food and a cupboard of games, and they would always play with my cousins and what else? Everything was just, I felt like there's this sense of almost freedom, like being able to walk around, even though like my parents would say, oh yeah, you can't walk around because there's loose dogs and stuff. I even remember vividly walking to a tindahan, which is like a store. It was someone's house, but in front of their house was a store, and buying like snacks and because it's told me like don't run back because if you run back dogs will chase you. And so I was 8 years old. I saw a dog, I got scared and I ran back and they ended up chasing me. That experience was kind of weird because you don't have that here. You know, yeah.
So, what are some of the rumors that you have heard about the Philippines, like from your friends, family, relatives?
Let's see. Rumors. Do they talk about rumors?
Because like how some people consider the Philippines a really corrupt location, or some people see the Philippines as not giving like the quality of life there is not as good as
Right. Well, the government is for sure corrupt. I mean, if you take the recent natural disasters, it took so long for the government officials to even respond. I remember watching a clip of Anderson Cooper, who is from America, like smack in the middle of what was going on. I think it was Typhoon Haiyan, and he was calling out a lot of the other newscasters, because they're saying like, the Filipino news anchors were like saying, what questioning his presence there. Whereas Anderson Cooper was like, I'm here while you're in the luxury of air-conditioned room. So definitely the Filipino government, there's definitely corrupt. I'm not even sure if that's a rumor. That's almost like a fact. I have heard rumors of people digging up graves and stealing, grave robbers. I've definitely heard rumors of that. I've heard rumors of people getting shot point blank. Yeah, that's all I can think of.